Good afternoon, baseball fans. I'm back here with the original broadcasting crew. Noah Bradshaw is going to be helping me today. It is beautiful 68 degrees here at center field in Dayton, Tennessee. A good matchup between your Bryan College Lions and the University of Northwestern Ohio Racers. I'm excited for this one, Noah.
Yeah, it should definitely be a good game. Hopefully Bryan gets back on it here. A little struggle against Freed Hardman last weekend, so let's get back on track. Got Tejada on the mound tonight, so it's always nice to have. And we got a few guys or a guy coming back tonight from not being able to play, which should be a pretty big part in the lineup tonight as well.
Yeah, I'm excited. If you've been keeping up with Bryan so far this year, you're going to see some new faces in today's game. Let's go ahead and get started off with lineups. First for the away team, the UNOH Racers, leading off and playing second base, number 2, Shakir Jackson. Hitting second, playing third base, number 24, Hunter James. Hitting third and playing first base, number 12, Yadi Rivera. Hitting in cleanup position and playing DH, number 22, Jeffrey Castillo. Hitting fifth and playing right field, number 21, Josh Ortiz. Hitting sixth and playing catcher, number 9, Eric Castro. Hitting seventh, playing center field, number 7, Noah London. Hitting eighth, playing left field, number 16, Bryant Deal. And batting ninth, number 6, playing shortstop, Christian Perez. And pitching for the Racers is Rolando Heredita Bustos. So some hard names pronounced there in that lineup. But now for your Bryan College Lions lineup, leading things off for the Lions, number 5, catcher Parker Cosby. Hitting second, Bradley Prince playing left field. Hitting third, number 11, Darwin Gregg playing center field. Hitting fourth in the DH position, number 44, Grant Lala. Hitting fifth, playing first base, number 24, Bass Cooper. Hitting sixth and playing right field, number 29, Daniel Dryden. Hitting seventh and playing shortstop, number 13, Cade Cahoon. Hitting eighth and playing third base, here's one of your new faces, number 15, Mark Thornhill. And batting ninth, playing second base, number 1, Dante Morton. And starting pitching for your Lions, number 7, Anthony Tejada. So as you mentioned, Noah, some new faces here in this lineup. Number 15, Mark Thornhill. That's one we're excited to see here today.
Oh yeah, definitely excited to see him. As he came in, he's a freshman on the field, and this man is just the definition of light tower power. He hits balls in practices and in inter squads that you don't see normally, and especially playing at this field today with the wind blowing out, you could definitely see some fireworks going today.
Yeah, and you were mentioning earlier that in batting practice the other day, he hit one off of the green shed out behind left center field. That's probably on the top of your screen there if you're watching at home. This guy has serious power, and he's going to get his first at-bats of the year this game in this series. The UNOH Racers, they've played 5 games thus far, and I believe they're undefeated. They have a batting average of .323 as a team, an on-base percentage of .477 as a team, and 11 home runs in this early season. So these guys can swing it, Noah.
Yeah, they definitely can, and today it'll be a good test for Tejada. But I really think he's gonna be ready for it. He's struggled a little bit out of the gates, not been his normal self, and he's gonna look to be back to himself today. And what better time to do it than a team who's hitting the way they are so far this early in the season?
Yeah, I know. It's definitely a chance for Tejada to kind of make a statement here in this game against the Racers. Anthony Tejada's he's had 2 appearances, and he's not done terrible. He's just kind of made a couple mistakes, left some balls over the plate. But like you mentioned, Noah, he's a good pitcher. He's going to be clocking in there in the high 80s and maybe even touching the low 90s. He's got a good fastball, dominant fastball, and he can move in and mix in that slider too as well. Looks like the coaches are meeting there at home plate, and we're going to be back when we get a little closer to the action. We're going to take a break. We're back here and ready for some action. Tejada getting his warm-up pitches after the playing of the national anthem. I think it's 68 degrees here today, and the wind is swirling. I wouldn't be surprised if we see some home runs today, Noah.
Oh, definitely got a chance to see some home runs today. Even some pop-ups to left field you're going to see it out of here. As you saw that happen a lot last year as well. And with the guys we got in the lineup today, you can hit a routine fly ball to left field, and that wind, it's just going to go right out of this ballpark today.
And this wind is a little odd as we were listening to the national anthem be played, and I focused on the flag out there. The flag changed direction several times over the course of a minute and a half, and it's kind of weird. I noticed that sometimes the wind blows out, and other times it's kind of sucking you back in. So I'll be kind of interested to see how our outfielders handle this situation. Of course, as we mentioned earlier, the lineup looks a little bit different. We're going to have Mark Thornhill at third instead of Daniel Dryden, and Daniel Dryden out and right instead of Grant Lala. Grant Lala gets moved to that DH position. So as Mark is eligible this year, this is not only big for our defense, but big for our lineup too as well, Noah.
Oh, yeah, definitely big. I mean, it gets get a good opportunity to get some guys in the outfield that can cover a little bit more ground. You know, not going to speak anything against Grant, but, I mean, man, 6'6", and he's a first baseman. He's doing all he can out there, and he did good at what he could do. And, you know, he's in that lineup because he can hit the crap out of a baseball, and that's why we're keeping him in that lineup. And just in a bat you can't not have in the lineup.
Yeah, he's leading the Lions in home runs this year in this young season with 2. And looks like we're ready to get things started here as Shakir Jackson digs in for the Racers. Tejada comes set for the first pitch of this ball game. It's going to be strike right down the middle. Something I noticed a couple games ago is that Parker Cosby's wearing an earpiece. Him and Coach Matt can communicate one way. Coach Matt can talk to him through that earpiece and kind of get him some information on what pitch he's wanting to call or what he's wanting to do with the hitter. And it's something that I don't think we've used here at Bryan until this year. And didn't even know that you could even do that. But I guess NCAA can do it, and I'm assuming that it's funneled its way down to NAIA.
Yeah, definitely something interesting. It could be definitely good for teams to have and, you know, kind of decrease some sign stealing a little bit.
1-2 pitch is swung on and lined to the shortstop, Cade Cahoon. He makes a play on it for out number 1.
That guy right there is out there for defense, man. He does not mess up. That dude is a workhorse, and he catches everything that comes his way.
The dude is a vacuum cleaner out there. I think his nickname has become Hoover. He's also batting at an impressive 364 clip. We didn't expect his bat to do much damage in this lineup, but it has thus far, and hope that continues as he'll become a big piece for this Lions team this year. Hunter James fouls one off there and moves the count to no balls and a strike. Tejada gets the sign, agrees to it, comes set. Now the pitch. Just going to miss a little low and a little outside. Evens the count up 1-1.
He's working with a pretty good pace today so far, as it seems, and I kind of like it. It looks like it's going for him, you know.
He is one that works with tempo. And as I mentioned earlier, he's not had a bad year. He's just had a couple mistake pitches that have kind of really skewed his ERA so far. In 5 innings, he's struck out 9, but he also has a 9 ERA. But, of course, as more innings accumulate to his name, we'll see that ERA drop as he is a good pitcher and will be effective as this opening game opener here in this series. Changeup fools him there for strike 3.
He's coming right at guys today. I mean, these pitchers are just right. You know, he's throwing them down the plate, and he's not trying to, you know, bite outside, bite inside. He's going right at him today.
Yeah, why not? This guy is one that can hurt you, though. Yadi Rivera hitting over 400 with he's got 3 jacks on the year so far. The 0-0 pitch looks like it caught the inside part of the plate, called a ball. Now the 1-0 pitch on its way. That one fouled off back behind the catcher. Evens the count up at 1. One ball, 1 strike, 2 down here in the top of the first. Going to miss inside, and it's going to shoot off of Parker Cosby's shin guard. Moves the count to 2 balls and a strike.
You know, I don't want to miss this guy, but also didn't want to bite around him either. Just still go right back at him right here.
The hitters count 2-1. That one's going to catch the inside part of the plate. Evens the count up at 2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Strike 3 swung on the breaking ball. And Cosby's going to finish business as he throws it over to Cooper at first. A big top of the first inning there for Tejada and the Lions.
Yeah, definitely going to come out like that. Come out strong and just right 1, 2, 3 right at him. Let's get the bats rolling now.
Yeah, let's see what we can do in the bottom half of this inning. We're going to take a short break. We're back here for the bottom half of the first inning. Here to lead things off, catcher number 5, Parker Cosby.
Yeah, this man is a great leadoff hitter and look to do what he always does right here and get on base and pass it down the line.
He's hitting .250, but he doesn't get out very easily, very much. I think he's only struck out maybe a couple times here in this young season, the first 7 games. 1-0 pitch is swung on and rolled over to the third baseman. Third baseman fires over to first, and the tag is made over there for out number 1. Rolando Harrieta Bustos pitching here for the UNOH Racers. Bradley Prince here to get things going now with the 1 down here in the bottom of the first. Watch a strike 1 go by.
And this man's having a season so far to this year.
Hitting over 400 here in this young season. He's going to swing on that one and miss. Moves the count now to no balls and 2 strikes. The 0-2 pitch by Bustos. That one's going to miss just outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And that one misses outside, so now the count's even at 2. That one swung on and fouled off toward the first base coach, Jordan Day. Keeps the count even at 2.
He's a fighter. He's up there fighting right now.
He is, and they've flipped the lineup a little bit. It looks like he swings there and misses for strike 3. It looks like Darwin is hitting third in this game. The first 7 games, he was hitting in the 2-hole position where Prince is now. And just being a part of the Bryan College program the past 2.5 years, I know that they like to put the most dangerous hitter in the 2-hole position, and Prince has been that so far. We'll see how that plays out for the remainder of the year. The 0 pitch on Greg. Breaking ball in there for strike one. Looks like Bustos possesses a pretty sharp breaking ball, Noah.
Yeah, definitely. It's looking like it's getting our hitters a little bit right now.
Fires in a fastball that catches the outside corner. Greg doesn't like it. Now the 0-2 pitch. That one's kind of flared over the first baseman's head. Could be trouble, but the first baseman makes a play on it for out number 3. So nothing going in the top half or the bottom half the first inning. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be back. Now we're back here to see if your Lions can hold the Racers. Jeffrey Castillo, the DH, number 22, here to dig in for the away team. Both pitchers looking good so far.
Yeah, definitely. Both working with a lot of move or fast right now too. Getting the ball and getting back on the mound and pitching.
That fastball is just going to miss high. Quickly brings the count to 1 ball, no strikes. Yeah, as you mentioned, Noah, both pitchers are moving with a lot of tempo. And we were talking in between innings that you string along some innings like that, we'll be out of here quickly today.
Oh, yeah, this game will fly by if that's how this game's going to go.
The fastball caught the zone there. Counts 1-1. Now the 1-1 pitch. Just misses outside. I believe if Cosby was set up out there, he might have gotten that one.
Yeah, it looked like it was placed in, or supposed to be inside and outside, and it kind of, you don't really get those calls very often.
Now, of course, if you move into the robot umpires, guys will start getting those calls because they'll get rewarded for missing their spot if it's still in the strike zone. Swung on and missed there. The count mirrors the batter's number, 2-2. That pitch is swung on and fouled deep to right field. Keeps the count even. We were talking in between innings as well, Noah. This team already has 11 home runs in only 5 games, and they're playing at a hitter's ballpark today with the wind blowing out. So we could see some damage done via the long ball, but not there as strike 3 is swung on and missed. Tejada dealing.
And as you mentioned, I mean, this park is known for, pop-ups going out. And that'll be a big thing to look for today as both teams easily can put balls out of the yard. So we could have a fireworks show today or we might just keep up with our pitcher's duel. You don't know.
Yeah, you never know. And I remember my first experience with understanding the reality of how short this ballpark is my freshman year. David Scoggins hit one off the very end of the bat high into the air, and it got out. And I was like, you got to be kidding me. There's no way that just got out of here, but it did. And, of course, now I'm into my junior year, and I've seen a lot of that happen.
Oh, yeah, especially with Scoggins last year. I saw a few balls he hit last year, backside, and it's like left field is going to be camped under, and next thing you know, it hits that little net out there, and it just sneaks out of the yard.
1 ball, 1 strike here on Josue Ortiz swung on and missed. For you Racers fans listening, I learned how to pronounce his name after I announced the lineups. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 down. That one swung on and missed. Strike 3.
Tejada is looking good so far today, coming right at hitters and not missing his spots at all.
Let's see if he can keep things going here. Now he's going to be facing number 9, the catcher, Eric Castro. Tejada comes set, the 0-0 pitch. Swung on and missed again. Looks like they're having a hard time catching up to that fastball.
Yeah, that, and it could be a little bit with the shade out there. We know it's tough to play out there when the sun is where it is right now at this time of day.
Yeah, that ball is kind of traveling through some shadows on its way to home plate. Strike 2 catches the inside part. The count is now no balls and a pair of strikes. The 0-2 pitch. That was going to be rolled over to Thornhill at third. Makes a throw to first. Clean throw gets the out. So the first time we get to see Thornhill's arm across the diamond there, Noah.
Yeah, he looked good right there, too. You know, had to kind of sat back and waited on it because he got caught in the in-betweener right there, but he got an arm to sit back and wait like that.
Yeah, I was about to say, if you can fire it across the diamond like he can, you don't really have to charge the ball all that strongly. But Tejada working well, and we'll see if the Lions offense has an answer here in the bottom of the inning. We'll be back. We're back here in action, ready to see the powerful hitter, switch hitting slugger Bass Cooper up to bat for the Lions. He swings on one. That's deep to right field. Over the scoreboard, sayonara baseball. Quickly puts the Lions up 1-0.
That ball right there was absolutely crushed as Bass Cooper gets onto a first pitch fastball and just drills that ball out of the park, as this inning is starting off quick for the Lions.
Last game, I was talking about how Bass has been more of a contact hitter thus far this season. He must have been listening and said, I'm ready to prove you wrong. Strikes that ball about 430 over the center field scoreboard. So now, another powerful hitter, Grant Lala, up to bat for the Lions. Fastball is going to miss low and outside.
You know, the other day in practice, too, Bass Cooper is hitting balls like that consistently throughout batting practice, so he must be feeling his swing a little bit right now. As he showed it right there, that ball was launched.
I couldn't believe it. I just got back and was barely opened my eyes to see that he had hit it, and Grant Lala hits one high into center field. The center fielder has to charge in, and he makes the catch. But Bass did so much damage so quickly that we're barely back from the break, and he was already swinging and hitting one out of here. So now up to bat, number 29, Daniel Dryden. He's playing in a new position today, right field. The 0-0 pitch. Dryden swings on, it's going to be fouled off back toward us. No balls and a strike now.
Yeah, it's definitely nice to have a guy like Dryden on your team, as he's a sneaky power hitter, but also you can really plug him in anywhere you need to. And in this case, you know, Mark Thornhill comes back, and we can put Dryden out in right field.
The 0-1 pitch is going to miss outside. Evens the count up at 1. Yeah, and you really don't even understand how much Thornhill being in this lineup deepens the potential damage that this lineup can do. Looks like Dryden swings and misses on a changeup there. Brings the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes. One ball, 2 strikes here for Bustos. Kind of check swung on there and fouled off back behind the catcher. Keeps the count 1 and 2. The 1-2 pitch. Looks like a breaking ball. Frisbee's in there, but doesn't catch the zone. Moves the count to 2 and 2. It's like a check swing is called a strike by the field umpire. So strike 3 there, and Dryden's giving some instructions there to Cade Cahoon, who's digging in for his at-bat here in the 2nd inning. Looks like this pitcher may have a curveball and a slider. That he's got one that nearly goes horizontal, and then he's got one right there that kind of caught the zone, more of a vertical break.
He looks to be very deceiving, and he's working quick, and he looks good right now, and it'd be nice to get on top of him, get him rattled a little bit.
Of course, he's responded well after that Bass Cooper home run, and as a pitcher, your response to stuff like that can determine an outing. Cade Cahoon puts a good swing on one. It's going to be in shallow center field, and the center fielder Noah London slides in and makes the catch for out number 3. So on 1 hit and 1 home run by Bass Cooper, your Lions are on top 1-0 after 2. We'll be back. Now batting here in the top of the 3rd inning is the man who made the 3rd out, center fielder, number 7, Noah London. Swings and fouls one off for strike 1. Of course, we can't get that home run out of our mind, Noah. That ball was truly crushed.
Yeah, that ball looked like it was shot out of a cannon almost. It was hit and just took off.
London, he shoots one out of a cannon to deep left field and gone. So the home runs continue to plague Anthony Tejada as the solo shot by the Racers evens the score up at 1.
And just like we predicted, balls are going to fly out of here today, and they are so far, as that ball was hit pretty well too, Definitely into the pond out there.
Yeah, regardless of the wind, I think both of those probably would have been gone.
Oh, yeah.
Now up to bat for the Racers, number 16, Bryant Deal. The 0 pitch. Looked like it caught the outside corner, but called a ball anyway.
Looks like same thing happened in that last inning. Set up inside, and ball goes to the outside and just not getting the call.
1 ball, no strikes. That looked like the same pitch, called a strike.
That one honestly may have been a little more outside than the
I
first
know.
one did.
I think it was.
We'll take it, though.
1 ball, 1 strike. Tejada comes set. And now the pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 2.
Looks like Tejada's going to go right back at him here after that home run. And that's good to see out of your pitchers. You get up a hit like that, and you just go right back at him.
1 ball, 2 strikes, none down. Strike 3 called. I stand corrected. 1 down now. The fielders are happy. The shadows have completely covered the field now, so they don't have to battle with that as the sun has kind of set below the buildings here on campus.
When you get to short, third, and left field, that sun is absolutely brutal.
And you were telling me when you're kind of shagging some BP earlier this week that with those shadows, you can't even hardly tell where the ball comes off the bat.
You can hear the ball come off the bat, but it looks like you're going to right field. It'll go out in left field.
The 1-0 pitch swung on and hit to fairly deep center field, but Darwin Gregg barely has to move. He camps out under it and catches it for out number 2. It's a good defensive placement there, huh?
Yeah, I mean, he didn't. He took like 3 steps to his left maybe, and ball was right there.
Maybe thanks to the new outfielding coach, student assistant, Corey Reinhardt. Of course, you could just credit that to the orthodox of how defense is set up in baseball. Now 2 down here. Fastball misses high. So this will complete our first way through this Racers lineup with number 6 Christian Perez digging in here for his at-bat. Fouls one off. Count is quickly 1 ball and 1 strike. One ball, 1 strike, 2 down. Time is called by the hitter.
Be nice to see Tejada, come back from that home run and just, shut him down after that and just come back from that and, stay strong.
1 ball, 1 strike. Strike 2 called. Catches the upper part of the zone. Tejada works from the left side of the mound as a righty pitcher. You typically don't see that, Noah.
No, you definitely don't, and it works for him.
The 1-2 pitch is swung on and hit deep to left field again. Home run number 2 for this Racers lineup as they take the lead now 2-1. Tejada wasn't happy with himself there. He kind of left the breaking ball hanging out over the plate. And damage quickly done by the 9-hole hitter, Christian Perez.
Kind of looked like a good piece of hitting right there, too. I mean, it wasn't exactly down the middle. It looked like it maybe a little bit inside, but, he got the barrel to it, and you do that here, and that ball's gone.
Yeah, that, like you said, it really wasn't a bad pitch. But Christian Perez now has the 13th home run for this Racers team. This team can swing it.
They are a dangerous team from top to bottom.
Yeah, we've quickly discovered that one. Their 9-hole and their 7-hole hitter did damage in this inning. The 1-0 pitch swung on and kind of flared out to left field. Bradley Prince is charging in on it. He catches it for out number 3. So 2 hits and 2 home runs by the Racers puts them up top 2-1 after the top of the third. We'll be back to see what your Lions can do to respond in the bottom half of this inning, but we're going to take a short break. here in the bottom of the third inning. New pitcher in here for the Racers, number 27, Titus Groenweg, the junior lefty, 6'6", 220 from Cal State Fullerton.
This is a big man with a big arm, so we'll see how our hitters, attack him.
The lefty delivers. Thornhill watches strike one go by. No balls and a strike for Groenweg. Looked like strike two on the lower part of the plate, but called a ball.
Be nice to see Mark get into one right here, as that ball is going to fly out of here very far.
The 1-1 pitch on its way. Kind of check swings and fouls it off back behind the catcher.
For Mark this game, even if he doesn't hit a home run, you like to see him get a base hit or two, first game back, just get a little used to seeing that live arm again.
Yeah, just try to get into a rhythm. The 1-2 pitch. It's a little low. Moves the count to 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Seems to be having a good eye so far. And, a lot of times when you come back like that, you're going to be swinging at a lot of things. And he seems to be kind of patient up there, waiting on his pitch.
The 2-2 pitch by Groenweg on its way. He hits one hard to the shortstop. He fields it cleanly. Fires it over there to first for out number 1. So now true freshman Dante Morton in to bat for your Bryan Lions. Let's see if he can get things going here in the bottom of the third, Noah.
Yeah, it's like your extra leadoff hitter in a way. Flip the lineup over and get back to the top of that lineup right here.
Watch his strike one catch the outer part of the plate.
Be nice to have him on base with some of the guys we got coming up next.
I know.
This guy can run.
Big curveball kind of flares it over there down the first baseline. Foul ball. Those are one of those weird ones where he kind of cue shots it out there, and that thing can almost spin back into play.
It does all types of things. It's definitely challenging for a fielder when you got to field that because you don't know where that ball is going to go.
That one remained in foul territory. The 0-2 count, the pitch. Looks like it's hit down the third base line, but called foul.
Now, Dante was on that one, a fastball, and he pulled that thing.
Yeah, and it was nearly fair, and that would have had a double written all over it. So the count remains no balls and a pair of strikes here with 1 down in the bottom of the third inning. You watch this ball 1 miss a little low. Dante digs in for the 1-2 count, kind of crowding the plate a little bit. Now the pitch. Breaking ball misses outside. The count is now 2-2.
Our hitters seem to be pretty disciplined, as they're not really out there chasing pitches right now, which you definitely like to see.
The 2-2 pitch on its way. Dante smokes one to left field. That's going to get in there for a single. He hit that one hard, Noah.
Yeah, that ball was shot out of his bat right there. That was a nice piece of hitting and a good AB, honestly. I mean, you're down 0-2, you foul one off, take 2 balls, and get a base hit like that in the left field. That's a great at-bat.
Yeah, kind of like you're alluding to, not only do you get the base hit, but you run up the pitch count as well. I kind of wonder if they're doing the machine. I see there's still some action over there in their bullpen. They had the guy complete the first 2 innings, and now they have 27 Groenweg in here in the third inning. He's going to miss with a fastball low. Quickly brings the count to 1-0 to the leadoff hitter, number 5, Parker Cosby. One ball, no strikes here in the bottom of the third inning. That one's going to miss inside. 2 balls, no strikes. Dante with a pretty good lead over there at first. Now the 2-0 pitch. Breaking ball in there for strike 1.
Must be his go-to pitch. Down 0-2, you're going to flip it in there for a strike. So might be seeing a lot of those. So look at that.
Sometimes when you're struggling as a pitcher to find the zone with the fastball, just try to flip in a breaking ball for a strike. Sometimes it can kind of reset you. That's what it looks like it's doing here as that fastball catches the zone for strike 2. Of course, for Dante over there, you have the green light. It's whenever you see a window of opportunity, take off and get that bag. This may be it. Could be a breaking ball pitch. Fastball is driven to right center field. The right fielder catches it, and that's going to move Dante back to first. Now 2 down here in this inning.
And we just hit the ball in the gap here because, I mean, short gaps here in Dayton, but, I mean, his speed, he still might score and, tie that game back up.
Oh, yeah, with a good lead, with 2 down, secondary lead that is. If a ball is hitting the gap, I wouldn't be surprised if Dante scores.
Especially with Coach Mack's aggressiveness this year.
He takes off there. The throw down to second. In time and called out. It didn't look like the tag got him. The throw definitely beat him.
The throw beat him, but it was a little bit high, it looked like, so he had to go up and get it and then come back down. So,
of course, a lot of umpires on those bang-bang plays, when a good throw is made, they're more apt to just go ahead and fling you out of there.
Yeah, most definitely.
So, despite Dante getting on by the missile over there to the left fielder, no damage done in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Tejada remains on the mound for the Lions. We'll be back after this short break. We're back and ready for action here in the top of the 4th. And Tejada is going to be facing perhaps the most dangerous hitter in this lineup, number 12, Yadi Rivera. Going to be swung on and fouled off. Heads up, Noah. Nearly catches the charter bus.
Oh, it does catch the charter bus.
It clipped it on the bounce, huh?
Yeah, it did. Tejada got, hit around a little bit last inning. It'd be nice to see him come back here and, go right back at him.
The 0-1 pitch is going to miss low and inside. Yeah, of course, Tejada is going to be one of our guys in this rotation all year, and this is good experience for him. You give up the 2 spot in the 3rd inning, come back, dial it back in, and get a 0. 1-1 pitch, good changeup, swung on and missed. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Rivera digs in. Tejada comes set. The 1-2 pitch just misses low and inside. Now the count is 2 balls, 2 strikes.
They come and get him right here. Don't want to get that count to 3-2 and give him a good pitch.
Two balls, 2 strikes here against Rivera. Going to be swung on and may stay in fair territory. Thornhill's going to run out of room, keeps the count 2-2. Looks like a couple righty pitchers heading to the bullpen. I have an eye on Mike Novak and Jacob Gilbert. Rivera digs in. Now the 2-2 pitch. Just going to miss high and outside. The count is now full. Three balls, 2 strikes on Rivera. Fastball misses outside there. So Rivera reaches via the free pass on the base on balls. So now he'll be on here with no outs. Jeffrey Castillo digging in for the Racers. Conservative lead over there at first by Rivera. Big swing by Castillo, doesn't connect.
Stowe doesn't look afraid right now.
No, he's still throwing it in there. Your best versus my best. Castillo hits a major league pop-up. It may be trouble. Cahoon fields it nicely and catches it for out number 1.
Cahoon was almost over there near second base on that one.
I know. He was kind of in that Bermuda triangle between the second base, shortstop, and center field.
Of course, Jonte was smart right there covering second, though, and letting, Cahoon's got a way better read on that ball.
Absolutely,
so
moving to his left.
That was definitely a smart move by him.
Absolutely. Now, Josue Ortiz in here for the Racers. Tejada, the big leg kick. Ortiz is going to foul it off back behind the third base dugout for strike 1. No balls and a strike. And that fastball is going to plunk Ortiz as he's going to make his way to first. So this has been a unique pitching experience for Tejada. Up to this point, no one's been on base. They've just made their way around the bases. And now the two guys that are on base via the free pass.
Yeah, and definitely want to give him a mistake here and let this game get a little more away from you. I'd like to come back and get him right here, roll a double play, hopefully. That'd be a very nice get out of the inning.
Yeah, that'd be a big answer here.
Missing out in general would be big.
So now Eric Castro in for the Racers. The 0-0 pitch. Catches the outside corner, strike 1.
It's weird, the first two of those, we saw we weren't getting those calls, and now he's starting to give them to us there on the outside.
Starting to widen his zone a little bit.
Of course, he's kind of set up unique too, though. He's set up more on the left side behind Parker than he is, towards the middle, so he might not be seeing those very well.
The 0-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. Yeah, I've only had one umpiring experience behind the catcher. And when you set up inside like that, I believe they call it the window. Kind of set up in that window between the batter and the catcher. The outside pitch is the easiest one to miss the call on.
And those pitches aren't easy back there either. And
The breaking ball misses low. Parker blocks it up nicely, keeps the runners at bay. You have some umpiring experience, don't you know?
Yeah, I got about 2 summers worth of it, and hopefully going to get a third one in this summer. So
1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 down. Breaking ball is hit between the second base and the right fielder. Dante drops the pop fly. Dryden is going to fire it to second for out number 2. So no error technically granted there. It's going to be called a fielder's choice, yeah. So there's been kind of some struggles in that other Bermuda triangle on the field between first base, second base, and the right fielder. We've had several balls drop in between there.
I thought that was going to be foul. I guess I kind of lost him in the pole there. I thought he was, in foul territory on that one.
I believe he was just in fair territory. And he looked like he was perfectly under it, just kind of lost it there at the last second.
Hit him in the palm, it looked like, instead of, in the web.
But luckily Dryden was there in his back pocket to fire it to second for out 2. Like you said, in that position, any out is big. Noah London hits one sharply down the left field line. Luckily, it's foul. He's the one that got things started for the Racers offense with that home run to left field.
Looks like he's got a nice swing on him today.
He does, and he's in that bottom of the lineup, so he can kind of be sneaky where we're talking a little bit about Thornhill being in the bottom of the lineup where you throw the guy a lot of fastballs. You have to look at him a little differently. That fastball catches the outside corner for strike 2. Of course, it was Perez that connected on the curveball. So these guys can swing it well.
Todd needs to get out of this right here. That'd be big for him.
Big lead over there at first. Runner takes off. Strike 3 called, and that'll be the end of the inning. And the runner would have been thrown out anyway. So Tejada says, I'll pad my stats instead of yours, Parker. 3 down, and despite the danger, nothing happening there for the Racers. Keeps the score 2-1 heading into the bottom of the 4th. We'll be back. We're back in action here for the bottom of the 4th inning as Bradley Prince makes his way to the batter's box for his second at-bat of the game. Groenweg is still in the game. He's going to miss there with a fastball inside. Ball 1. One ball, no strikes. Big breaker catches the zone there. Evens the count up at 1.
It's a good little curveball there to lefty.
The lefty on lefty curveball. That's just beautiful baseball. Prince, good swing, but it's going to be fouled off back behind the third base dugout. I thought I was going to connect with the car.
Yeah, I thought that was going to hit that car.
One ball, 2 strikes. Groenweg facing Prince. He's going to miss the high fastball. Good eye there by Prince. The 2-2 pitch. Another big breaking ball is going to fool Prince. A drop third strike is thrown over there to number 12, Rivera. And the strikeout is completed for out number 1.
You know, it's kind of see him hustle right there on that. You don't see that much anymore.
You see a lot of guys, they'll just strike out and just be so upset themselves. They'll just tag me and let me go to that back to the dugout. But I appreciate the hustle there by Prince, no doubt. Darwin Gregg in here for the Lions. Watches the curveball miss a little inside. 1 ball, no strikes.
Thought that was about to clip his knee right there.
The 1-0 pitch on its way. Huge swing. It doesn't connect. Groenweg working quickly. Now the 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball is going to be capped over the first baseman. Gregg is hustling. Rivera is just going to tag him down the first base line for out number 2.
You know, I wonder if that's just like a thing they do there. It looks like, you know, the starter for them and now Groenweg, you know, they both work at a very fast pace. So I wonder if that's kind of like a philosophy for them at for their pitchers.
It may be. It may be. And I know Freed Hardman, they had several pitchers last week that worked very quickly. Looks like the head coach over there giving the sign for step back a few steps outfield. The 0-0 pitch just catches the outside part of the plate for strike 1. course, it'd be nice to see Bass connect with a home run from the other side of the dish, hitting from the right side this at-bat. The breaking ball fools him for strike 2.
I wonder how that is for a hitter. You go up there lefty and you hit, and then your next at bat you're hitting righty. I wonder if that really affects you any.
I wouldn't know. The 0-2 pitch. Swung on and hit to shallow center field. That's going to fall in for a base hit. So maybe the coach would have been better off at saying just stay where you are. Center fielder was playing really deep there, and it falls in there in front of him for a 2-out base knock.
Didn't look like it affected him too much right there. That was another pretty good swing.
Yeah, and of course he connected on the 0-2 pitch. And any time you can have a batter connect 0-2 with 2 outs as well is big, and it can keep an inning going. And it passes the bat to another powerful hitter in Grant Lala. Looks like the pitching coach is going to go out there and calm things down for Groenweg. Of course, I wonder what he's saying to him, Noah. Oh, it looks like they're going to make a pitching change, actually.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I want to go lefty on Grant either, honestly.
Yeah, probably not the worst move to go with a righty here.
Are they going to pitch in for Grant here?
No, I don't think so. I think they may just be talking things through. With this pitching change, we'll take a short break and we'll be back in action. Groenweg does fairly well for the Racers as he comes out. And we're going to have a righty-on-righty matchup when we come back. We're back, and new pitcher, number 43, Ryan Jungbauer, senior right-handed pitcher, 6'6", 220 from Waterford High School out of Wisconsin. Grant Lala digs in here for his second at-bat of the game with 2 down. Big swing, does it connect?
There's 2 big guys battling right here, 6'6" and 6'5".
I think Grant is also listed at 6'6". No balls and a strike, 2 down here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Grant Lala connects on a curveball. The left fielder's back. He may be running out of room. Just catches it there on the warning track. It might have been the center fielder that made the catch. Looks like he might be a little shaken up out there.
Yeah.
He makes his way to the dugout. So a very loud out, number 3, Noah.
Yeah, I thought that ball had a chance right there, especially with Grant's power. But, I mean, he hits that one a little bit more left. That ball's definitely getting out of here.
The thing is Grant has so much power that he hits a ball like that and it still has a chance to go out.
Oh, yeah, he can miss a ball and hit it up, and that's still going to fly. It's just the strength of him.
No doubt. And Tejada's going to stay in this game. He's working fairly well so far. We're going to take another short break. We'll be back for the top of the 5th inning. We're ready here for the top of the fifth inning. Like I mentioned before, Anthony Tejada going to continue to work. Number 16, Bryan Deal in to bat for the Racers. He smokes one in the sixth hole. It's going to get them on base quickly with the leadoff single.
Seen some good pitches today, but also some really good hitting. I mean, both teams are swinging the bat fairly well right now. Even the outs, I mean, they're not easy outs. They're not just little bloopers. They're solid hits.
Yeah, and that one was kind of, I thought, a good pitch, kind of on the inside part of the plate. But Bryan Deal connected with that one strongly. No balls, no strikes, and no down. That one misses high and outside for ball one. One ball, no strikes. That one catches the inside part of the plate for strike one. That was a good pitch.
Yeah, and definitely from him working from where he is on the plate or the rubber, I'm sure, that looks more inside than what it is.
Looks like a breaking ball. Just kind of comes out of his hand too soon and is going to plunk Christian Perez. It's now very similar to last inning. Those first two guys on. No outs here in the top of the fifth inning. Let's see if Tejada can get out of this inning once again. He showed us last inning that he can get out of a jam. But the lineup is flipped over with Shakur Jackson up to bat for the Racers. Bunt is shown. It's going to be back to the pitcher. Tejada is going to make a throw over there to Bass, and Bass Cooper hangs on the bag for out number one.
That's a good play right there by Bass. he had to stretch out for that one.
Threw it a little wide, but Bass worked well on the other side of the bag.
And those plays are scary too. When you're setting up on the inside and you got to go, to foul territory and catch that ball with a guy coming down the baseline at you.
No doubt. So no, it looks like the infield is in with two runners in scoring position. This could be a pitcher's duel all the way, so you got to limit the runs any way you can. Breaking ball is blocked nicely by Cosby. Keeps the runners held at bay, second and third.
Right here's where you like to have Cosby behind the plate as he blocks up just about everything he can.
I know he's worked really well this year, and I think there's been a little bit of a learning curve getting used to the way that the ball bounces off the turf, but he's adjusted nicely. One ball, no strikes. One down in the top of the fifth. Swung on and fouled off back behind Cosby. Moves the count 1-1.
There's some very vicious hacks today, from both teams. The swings they're taking are just like, everything they can get into it. You don't see that often.
They don't want the wind's help if they're going to carry it out of here. They want the barrel to do the job. Hunter James nearly connected with that one. The 1-1 pitch on James. Curveball misses low and inside, but blocked up nicely once again by Cosby.
You don't want to walk guys, but here's not the absolute worst situation to walk a guy. Granted, the guy coming up on deck, isn't the guy you want to get to, but, you got bases loaded and you got a chance for that double play.
Yeah, and the thing is the guy on deck has 3 home runs through 5 games this year. So if you walk this guy, potential grand slam opportunity for him.
You definitely don't want that, but also the double play is there as well. So
that's true. 3 balls and 1 strike on the third baseman, Hunter James. Tejada comes set, now the pitch. Dead ball called by the umpire. And looks like there's some confusion on the field. Looks like the umpire is going to officially send back Bryan Deal to third base. Now, no, he called dead ball.
He threw his hands up. There he goes. He's going back to. Well, what is happening right now? They calling him back to home plate?
I think Hunter James thought. I think I understand the confusion. I think our fielders thought that the umpire was saying foul ball, but he was really saying dead ball. And that sent Hunter James to first, and it keeps the other two runners at second and third.
Well, they got it situated now, so let's play some more baseball.
Let's see if we can get a double play and get out of this inning. Yadi Rivera digs in. That one misses inside, nearly plunks him.
This kind of looks like he's struggling throwing, back across his body towards the outside, or I guess inside of this batter, but keeps missing there quite a bit.
He has. He's missed there pretty much all game, and of course that may be why he works from that side of the mound.
It very well could be.
1 ball, no strikes. Delivers one in there across his body for strike one.
Just want to be careful leaving those right there, though.
Yeah, no doubt. The hitter's still in the driver's seat. 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 down. The double play is just what the doctor ordered. Breaking ball misses low. The runner is going home, and the throw is not going to be in time. So run number 3 scores for the Racers via the wild pitch by Tejada.
I think he may have got a really good read on that one because it really did not bounce that far away from Parker.
No, Cosby actually blocked it up nicely, and I think the throw would have been on time if Tejada was there to cover in time. But nonetheless, the score is now 3-1. Racers on top. 2 runners still in scoring position with only 1 down here in the 5th inning. Yadi Rivera strikes one to right center field. That one off the top of the wall. 2 runners are scoring, and Yadi Rivera glides in there smoothly to second base for a 1-out double. And just like that, things have broken loose for the Racers offense.
Yeah, that was honestly just a good swing right there. That ball was hit as hard as you probably could. You get that in the air, that ball was out of here as it hit the sign out there in right center field, which is, the gaps here are relatively deep.
Yeah, and it hit the Knox Lion out there in right center field, as you said. And I know that Tejada is not happy with himself, but I'll give him credit. He has worked fairly nicely through this dangerous lineup. These guys can swing it top to bottom.
Yeah, got right over the home run ball there in the 3rd inning, and then, you start walking guys. You got it the first time, but you really can't do that twice.
Yeah, and this guy's a hard worker, and I'm glad that they extended him. Give him some chance to kind of build up some endurance in this young season. And now Jacob Gilbert, the big righty freshman from Iowa Lakes Community College, is going to be in here to pitch now for the Lions. We're going to take a short break as he warms up. We'll be back. So 1 out here in the top of the 5th. The Racers have already put up a crooked number on the scoreboard, and Jacob Gilbert is in here to deal for the Lions. Gilbert comes set. Breaking ball catches the outside part of the plate, strike 1.
He's had a pretty good year so far coming out of that pen, and nice to see him work the way he does, and hopefully, he can keep it at 5-1 and let our offense get back out to work, and hopefully they can keep up with the offense they're playing against.
No doubt, and the Lions' offense is going to have to respond in this game. The Lions' offense has been a little lackluster so far through the first 7 games, only hitting .272 as a team with a .394 on base percentage. But Gilbert has done well this season, as you mentioned, Noah. Gilbert comes set for the 1-1 pitch. Another breaking ball. That one's going to miss a little outside. Moves the count to 2-1.
But you need to see him throw because he is very long. He's not like a extremely tall guy, but he is very long and uses long legs and long arms and he pitches well.
He does. The 2-1 count. Castillo flares one out to that Bermuda Triangle in right field, and it goes off of Morton's palm once again. That one falls in there for a foul ball. So still some struggles out there in that Bermuda Triangle. Man, it's been the case all year long.
Yeah, and I mean, it's a tough play, but when it's in your glove like that, you like to see that ball get caught, and unfortunately it didn't right there. But hopefully Gilbert can come back right here and get him out.
Gilbert's pitched 8 innings so far this season with a 3.38 ERA. That one's lit up over there at third base. Thornhill makes the nice throw over to Cooper for out number 2. So Castillo is out on the ground ball 5-3, but that wasn't a quiet out, Noah. That ball was hit hard.
No, that ball bounced right into Mark's stomach, it looked like, and he kind of had to jump up to grab it. I mean, he was sat down on it, but that ball was hit pretty hard.
It was hit really hard. And now Josue Ortiz up to bat for the Racers. 2 down here in the top of the 5th. Ortiz puts a big swing on one and fouls it off back behind the third base dugout, strike 1. No balls and a strike. Gilbert comes set. Cosby sets up inside. That's where Gilbert delivers, strike 2. That's a great pitch when you can hit your spot there.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I was kind of looking at second on that pitch. He's getting a very big lead out there. I don't know if you noticed that, but.
Yeah, Rivera is extending that lead. Strike 3 called on the inside part of the plate. Big breaking ball there by Jacob Gilbert. And gets the Lions out of this inning, but not before the Racers do some damage. They score 3 runs in the top of the 5th inning, and let's see if the Lions can respond in the bottom half of this inning. We'll be back. Jungbauer remains on the bump for the Racers as Daniel Dryden is going to dig in for his second at bat of this game. Looking to get things started here in the bottom of the fifth, Noah.
Yeah, Dryden right here can put a good swing on one, get a double, or even just get on base. Really start the inning off with a runner on is always a good thing to do no matter where he is.
Absolutely. Now the 0-0 pitch by Jungbauer. Catches the inside corner for strike one. No balls and a strike here on Dryden. Jungbauer, big leg kick. The pitch is going to miss low and outside, ball one.
He's kind of a little bit inconsistent on those balls out there. So we've definitely been getting a few of those lately, and they don't get one there.
1 ball, 1 strike here on Dryden. That one looked like a strike, called a ball. Perhaps a little low. Two balls and a strike against Dryden now. Watches the fastball go by, catches the inside corner, strike two. So now you have to battle, Dryden.
Something we've been doing pretty well today so far. You're getting 2 strike counts, and they're not going away too easily. Putting balls in play and fouling balls off.
That's something that's been a little different than last series, is we haven't produced any easy outs so far. As Dryden extends his at-bat there, moves the count to full, 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Definitely take a walk to start off the inning. I don't care how you get on, just get him on and start the inning.
Absolutely, and Dryden's fast and he's an aggressive base runner as well. And that ball misses low, so Dryden will reach with the base on balls. That's going to bring in Cade Cahoon for the Lions.
Bottom of the lineup, but like you said, Cahoon's, having, over 350 batting average so far to this year. And on deck, guy not with much experience so far this year, but Mark Thornhill is definitely a guy who can do some damage. So,
yeah, you are a bloop and a blast away from being right back in this ball game. And that can definitely happen with the two guys. Up next for the Lions, Cahoon watches ball one miss there. One ball, no strikes. Dryden with the nice lead over there at first. Jungbauer comes set. Little keep you honest move over there at first. Dryden dives back safely. Still 1 ball, no strikes. Jungbauer, the long pause. That one misses low and outside. 2 balls, no strikes.
Looks like we're still in some calls right here right now, and we'll take it, but.
It looked like it was a little out of the zone to me, but we've seen that called a strike in this game.
Well, we saw a call both ways, really. Start of the game it was a ball, and then it became a strike, and looks like it's starting to become a ball again. So.
Yeah, it's one of those tough pitches if you're an umpire, kind of setting up in that window. Like I said, the low and outside one especially is hard to see. Looks like there's a mound visit here for the Racers. What do you tell Jungbauer if you're the pitching coach here?
I mean, you want him to go right back at him like they've been doing today. So, probably sure that's one of the main points he's trying to make right here. But, also you don't want to make a mistake because in this ballpark, no matter who you are, you can put one out. So.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're 7-8-9 here with Cahoon, Thornhill, and Morton. Still none down in this inning.
Definitely need to get some runs here. This inning, it'd be big.
Absolutely, it'd be huge. Got to respond while you can. Get runners on and score them. 2 balls, no strikes here on Cahoon. The fastball, the sweet chin music nearly hits him.
Look, that almost caught him in the head right there.
I know, that's a scary. That is a scary pitch. So now you're in a hitter's count. 3 balls and no strikes. None down. That one catches the outside corner for strike. One. Moves the count now to 3 balls and a strike.
Just like we've been today, it'd be nice to see Cade be aggressive here and, get a hold of one, or even just a base hit does it, really.
Yeah. If they're going to feed you one over the heart of the plate, take advantage and hit a line drive. Pickoff move doesn't get Dryden.
You don't see Cade as the biggest, power hitter, and their center fielder's playing really deep on him right now.
He is. Nice hack there by Cahoon. Doesn't connect, though. Lose the count to 3 balls and 2 strikes. Jungbauer comes set for the full count pitch. Another pickoff move there to Dryden, a little quicker this time. Dryden dives back safely.
They seem to be a little worried about him over there at first. That's the third pickoff move?
Yeah, can't say that I blame him. A little more conservative lead by Dryden. Cahoon bounces one back to the pitcher. It's going to be a high throw, though, but the shortstop manages to handle it. Perez with a nice play over there as he jumps up and gets the foot on the bag for out 1.
That was a really good play right there, second baseman or shortstop there. Coming across covering and jumping up that way and having the ability to know where he was in the air and come back down on the base.
Yeah, it'd have been a hard one to turn with the slow roller back to the pitcher, but Perez made a nice play to get 1 out at least. Of course, in moments like that, getting 1 is so important. Now Thornhill in to bat for the Lions. He's going to watch ball 1 go by. As we've been talking all game, in between innings, we'd love to see this guy connect with 1. It's his first appearance in a Bryan College uniform.
Home run or not, it'd be nice to see him just, really just kind of get his swing back going and, nice line drive into left field. That does it for you, really.
Absolutely. Jungbauer comes set now, the 1-0 pitch. Thornhill is going to foul one off back toward us. Brings the count to 1 ball and 1 strike. One ball, 1 strike on Thornhill. And 1 down. Long pause by Jungbauer. Delivers a nice fastball down the pipe for strike 2.
He's been a little different than the other guys they've thrown out there. This guy, he's taking a little bit longer between his pitches. And the other two, they were working really fast, get the ball, get on the rubber, and throw it. He's kind of taking his time.
He is. Messing with the hitter's timing, and Thornhill's going to foul one back behind. The first base dugout keeps the count 1 ball and 2 strikes.
He's fouling these balls straight back off, and he, a little inch or 2 up on the ball, he's going to send one.
Yeah, as the Bee Gees say, just staying alive. Perez instructs his pitcher to step off there. Jungbauer listens. Now he resets. Gets the sign from Castro, agrees to it, comes set. The 1-2 pitch on its way. Looked like strike 3 there, but not called. Where did that one miss, Noah?
I don't think it did, but I mean, we'll take it. But I don't think that one missed. If it did, it wasn't by much.
Tightening the zone, widening the zone, keeping you on your toes. That one is going to be swung on and missed for strike 3. That's like one of those sayings, the ball don't lie, huh?
Yeah, that's definitely very true. But, just good to see Mark out there in the lineup. And he's taking some good swings. Hasn't hit one yet, but his swings do look good.
Definitely taking some healthy hacks. Just hasn't connected thus far. Morton in now for the Lions. Strike 1 called there. You never know. You never know when that pitch is thrown, whether it's going to be called a ball or a strike.
It's like the flip of a coin about right now, whether that one's going to be called a strike or a ball.
Cahoon with a healthy lead over there. Jungbauer picks off, doesn't get him. No balls and a strike against the freshman Dante Morton. Nice fastball in there for strike 2. Jungbauer pumping it in there, isn't he?
Yeah, it didn't look like Dante was really ready for that one. It looked like he dropped his hands as that ball was getting thrown. I guess he just wasn't prepared. I don't really know.
No balls, 2 strikes, and 2 down here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Jungbauer, the 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball is going to miss. Good eye there by Morton. The temperature's dropping a little bit here in Dayton, Tennessee as the sun goes down.
As it does every time the sun goes down here. It gets cold, and it gets cold quick.
1 ball, 2 strikes. And Jungbauer delivers a fastball swung on and missed by Morton for out number 3. So the offense still struggling to get things going here in this game. We'll see if we can hold them in the top of the 6th inning. We'll be back. Back in action here in the top of the 6th inning. Eric Castro digging in for the Racers. Jacob Gilbert remains on the bump for the Lions. The 0-0 pitch on its way. Swung on and missed.
Be nice to see Gilby come out and kind of repeat what he did last inning. Just come right at him and get him out.
Yeah, and we've talked about this before, Bradshaw. Sometimes you can get those momentum shifts on defense, and you go 1, 2, 3 quickly, get that offense back up there to the plate, and get things going. It can change things.
Especially where we're at in the lineup is, our 1-hole's coming up next in Parker, and get that turned over.
No doubt. The 0-2 pitch going to miss high. 1 ball and a pair of strikes now. The 1-2 pitch on its way. Looks like that one just missed low, evens the count up at 2. Now the 2-2 pitch. Nearly offered at. But number 9, Eric Castro, holds off. Brings the count to full. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Don't want to walk him here.
And that's exactly what he does. Castro reaches with the base on balls. They're going to bring in a courtesy runner here for Castro. Number 41, Devin Brown, the junior infielder from Greene, Ohio. Looks like they have the old armband, belt loop band, whatever you want to call it, for their signs. What do you think about that, Noah?
I used to use it in middle school and a little bit in high school. I thought it was a pretty easy way to get your signs because I couldn't really remember all the numbers very well. But, if, hey, it works for them, it works for them.
No balls, no strikes. That one's going to miss a little high and a little outside. Quickly brings the count to a ball and no strikes. You have some of those traditionalist baseball fans like myself who enjoy the body signs and like to see the coach flailing over there to tell the runner he needs to bunt. But like we mentioned, a lot of teams are moving to those numbers on the belt loop or on the arm, whatever it may be.
It makes it easier on the players, but also probably does the coaches as well. I mean,
Yeah.
you can mess up a sign. You're, touching different parts, and
The 2-0 pitch is swung on, and it's hit to center field, and I don't know, Darwin's struggling with it. He dekes the runner, and I thought he was going to throw it to first there for a second. I don't know if he was truly struggling with it or if he was trying to get the runner.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, that ball was hit up, and he may have been able to see it, but when it got up to the air, I don't think I saw it until it hit his glove.
I knew that it was hit to center field, and that's all I knew.
Yeah, so he could have been struggling. He could have very well could have been trying to deke the runner there. 'Cause that move does work.
It does, and the runner took off for second at first, and I thought for sure he was going to fire it over there to first to try to get the double play. But he gets one via the fly out. Now the 0-0 pitch to Deal is going to miss a little outside. The count is now 1-0. As the coach shouts out the numbers for the signs.
He's got his in his back pocket.
Man, if you're a traditionalist baseball fan like me, this just aggravates the crap out of you.
I always wore it on my arm. I never understood wearing it in your pocket or on your belt.
No,
that kind of just went with the arm.
I've played on teams that use that sign system, and I don't know. You have guys that misplace their armband, and they left it back home on the road trip, and I don't know, just.
Or they go up to the plate without it, just in general. Then you're messed up.
Of course, if you have body signs, the coach is always going to be there.
That is true.
You don't have to worry about something like that, but maybe they're trying to teach kids responsibility. I don't know. Brown getting a healthy lead over there at first. Gilbert with the slide step, and the curveball is going to miss outside. 2 balls and a strike now.
I'll tell you, you're getting enough responsibility having to carry around those belts and those socks, because I swear they used to always leave those at home.
Yeah, same here. Baseball, if it's taught me one thing, it's how to remember things, and I'm still not that great at it.
Well, there were times I used to get on the bus and have everything with me and start freaking out. I didn't have anything with me, and it just kind of played with my mind a little bit.
Every time I leave the house from visiting the home for the weekend, I always think I'm forgetting something. And maybe that's just everybody, but I think it has to date back to those days where I used to forget everything back home.
I forgot pants a few times at some tournaments.
I was always tended to just go ahead and throw on the pants before I left the house. So that didn't happen. Gilbert with the quick pickoff move nearly gets Brown at first.
He's got a pretty good pickoff move. He's used it twice.
He does. He's a righty with a very quick move. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Another pickoff move.
Ooh.
Nearly gets away from Bass with the high throw, but Bass manages it there. Still 2 balls and 2 strikes. Looked like strike 3, but called a ball. What else do you have to say about that one, Noah?
I mean, any pitch you throw, you don't know if it's going to be a strike or not.
I've seen that one called a strike several times this game.
Good Lord. That one's up there.
Deal found that one off way. Oh, and off of the car's hood. That's going to leave a mark.
Oh, no. That was right off the hood. That ball was up in the air for a minute, too. Good thing it wasn't the windshield, though.
Yeah, I'd prefer the hood over the windshield. Maybe get a plunger and get the dent out of that one. 3 balls, 2 strikes still on Deal. That one called strike 3, and Deal is sat down on strikes.
It looked like he liked that call, but, I mean, from up here, it looked like that was a –
I thought it looked like a strike to me.
Yeah.
So Christian Perez homered earlier in the 3rd inning of this contest. He's digging in here again for an at-bat against Jacob Gilbert now.
Got hit in the back his last at-bat.
Mm-hmm. Gilbert with the breaking ball is going to miss low and outside. Quickly brings the count to a ball and no strikes.
Seems to be a lot of misses on that left-handed batter's box. Yeah, out that way. Tejado's missing, and looks like Gilby's missing here this inning too. So I don't know what's going on with that.
Yeah. Struggling with command a little bit. Our pitchers have. That one called a strike. That one was called a ball against the last batter. We'll take it.
He'd throw anything up there right now. I couldn't tell if he's going to be a strike or ball.
especially on that outer part of the plate. Gilby has the runner dive back. Perez smartly calls time at the plate before Gilby can get back on the rubber. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 down. Good pitch there by Gilbert. Has Perez swinging and missing. Pitchers count, 1 ball and a pair of strikes, 2 down here in the top of the 6th. Another breaking ball there, just misses low and outside. Evens the count up at 2. Gilbert gets the sign from Cosby. That one misses outside. Cosby fires it to second. Just a low throw is not going to get Brown. The count is now 3 balls and 2 strikes. The throw would have been on time, Noah, just a little low, and Morton struggles to handle it.
Yeah, that, it's a tough play right there. Definitely beat the runner, but just couldn't, low throw.
It's not necessarily one you expect to make. Of course, if you do make it, you're happy. Now it's 3-2, 2 down. Strike 3 called in the other's batter's box. It gets the Lions out of the inning. Keeps the score 5-1. What do you even say, Noah? What do you even say?
Go up there and swing it no matter what pitch it is really right now. I mean, it's not even going against one team or the other. It's both teams right now. It's just not good calls, in my opinion.
Yeah, and Cosby stole that one. Good frame job by him with the pitch on the outside corner. So let's see if we can respond. Top of the order up for the bottom of the 6th inning. We're going to take a short break. We'll be back. As we mentioned earlier, top of the order here for the bottom of the 6th inning. Jungbauer remains in the game for the Racers. Curveball is going to miss low there against Cosby. Jungbauer, big leg kick, the 1-0 pitch. That one's in there for strike 1. Those are ones we're going to have to jump on.
Yeah. Especially down 5-1, balls in the zone, you're going to have to start hitting.
Absolutely. 1 ball, 1 strike. Breaking ball is in there for strike 2.
Now that's an exception. That was a good pitch.
Really good pitch. He's a good pitcher. Mixing in that breaking ball can make that fastball look even that much more deceptive. That fastball is going to be off the catcher's glove for ball 2.
He's also weird because it looks like he works fast out of the windup but slow from the stretch, and that's not something – it's kind of usually vice versa, really. I mean, usually guys on, you want to work quicker than – but he's doing it backwards.
Yeah, and he's keeping the hitter and the base runners kind of off kilter. It's worked thus far. The count is 2 balls and 2 strikes. Jungbauer with the pitch. Breaking ball is just going to miss a little high, apparently.
That one probably broke a little high, so didn't get across the plate there.
Yeah, of course, Cosby's not the tallest guy in this lineup. 3 balls, 2 strikes on the leadoff hitter, Parker Cosby. Strike 3 called on the inner part of the plate, and Cosby's not happy. Threw the bat thinking it was ball 4.
Yeah, and he's been back there, so he probably knows the struggles of the calls that have been made today. So that one's probably one you want to maybe fight off a little bit there.
Yeah, we've gotten a few, and we've gotten a few stolen from us. Bradley Prince swings on one and hits it to fairly deep center field. Of course, Bradley Prince hustling around the bases. But the center fielder is going to make the catch for out number 2.
You know, like you said, Bradley, he's not the fastest guy on our team, but, man, he hustles.
He does.
And that, you know, I mean, you don't got to be the fastest to be, you know, the biggest hustler on the team, and he just might be it because, I mean, anytime he hits a ball, he's running it out.
You like guys that play baseball the right way, and he's definitely one of them. It's like when you watch professional ball and you see Mike Trout. He's always hustling ground balls out. He's always running around first when he hits one in the air. He just plays the right way, and Bradley Prince does the same thing. And if you're a traditionalist baseball fan, like I was saying, you like watching guys play, and you like having guys like Bradley Prince on your team. This is someone I'm excited to see get going in this young season. He's yet to do much so far, but he's got a ton of potential. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 down. That ball is going to miss outside. 2 balls and a strike.
Yeah, he takes him some very healthy hacks as he's got a monstrous swing, and he can hit him up there with Mark and Grant and Bass, since he's probably one of the most powerful guys on this team as well as them.
Absolutely. 2 balls and a strike. Another big swing. Fouls it off back behind. The backstop evens the count up at 2. Yeah, this guy isn't looking to just poke it over the fence. He's wanting to obliterate the ball.
And he does. When he gets a hold of it, that ball goes a long way. 2
balls, 2 strikes, 2 down here in the bottom of the 6th. Swung on and hit sharply in the 6th hole. The shortstop, Perez, dives but doesn't make the play. That's going to be good enough for a 2-out single.
Looked like they may have got him on the hands there a little bit, but he still got a good swing off. That ball still hit pretty hard, but definitely didn't barrel it, didn't look like.
Yeah, good situational hitting. Just 2 strikes and get it through for a 2-out single and pass the bat to Bass Cooper. Hitting again from the left side now.
You know what he did from the left side earlier today is he launched one over the scoreboard.
The 0-0 pitch. That one's going to miss inside. Ball 1. Be nice if he could do that again and make this a 2-run ball game.
And he's the type of guy that will definitely hit more than 1 in a game at any point in time.
Jungbauer getting the sign from Castro. Agrees to it, comes set. Long pause by Jungbauer. Now the pitch. Swung on and hit sharply down the right field line. Greg is going to be rounding second and heading for third. And he'll be held up at third. So another good 2-out single. Puts runners at first and third for your Bryan College Lions.
You know, we got 5 hits today. Bass has 3 of them, and he also has the only run of the game as he hit himself in on a home run. So he's having a good day at the dish.
Yeah, and we talked a little bit already over these broadcasts. Bass Cooper started his college career at UT Knoxville.
Broke both of his feet while he was there.
Yeah, had some struggles there with some injuries. Got picked up by Chattanooga State Community College, a really good community college when it comes to baseball and even other sports. And now he's here in Dayton, Tennessee, and we're more than glad to have him in this lineup.
I mean, I see Grant do something right here. I mean, he ain't got to hit a home run. Just nice solid swing, get a base hit on the outfield, and you got to heck, a run's a run, especially in this kind of game. You got to chip away no matter how.
Of course, we won't complain if he does put one over the fence, that's for sure. The 0-1 pitch. Swung on and driven to left field. It's deep, and the left fielder catches it on the warning track once again. And, man, Grant Lala has had 2 really loud outs over there to that part of the ballpark.
He's on the ball right now. It's just not falling for him. Is that last one? I mean, that one right there was a line drive. But, yeah, you want those to fall into the gap at least.
Yeah, that's one where you kind of hold your breath and just kind of say, get up, but just couldn't happen there. Of course, I think if the wind was blowing like it was at the beginning of this game, that very well could have been out of here. But nonetheless, no runs scored in the bottom of the sixth, and we'll see if Jacob Gilbert and the Lions defense can keep this score 5-1. We'll be back. We're back and ready for the top of the seventh inning. Leadoff hitter number 2, Shakur Jackson, digging in for the Racers. That one's going to miss a little low. Brings the count to 1 ball and no strikes.
Gilby out here for another inning.
Yeah, he's worked well. Why not? Just misses there for ball 2.
Not something you really saw, the first few games of the year. More like 1 inning and you're kind of done, but nice to see him go more.
That one's been called a strike previously this game, but called a ball this time.
Pretty sure that was his last out of the inning. Last inning was that pitch right there.
3 balls, no strikes. Going to miss high there for the 4-pitch walk. So the leadoff hitter Jackson gets on base. And now number 24, Hunter James, is going to make his way to the plate. Looks like Coach Day is going to stride out there for a mound visit to kind of calm Gilbert down a little bit. Maybe give him the rundown of how they're going to attack this hitter. We talked a little bit earlier this season how this is a new position for Coach Day, being the pitching coach now. Long-time hitting coach as assistant under Coach Hasty and under Coach McCauley. But now he's in this new role. He's excited about it, and he rallies behind his pitchers, Noah.
He definitely does. And, I've heard a lot of good reviews about him as well from varsity. And, the guys, I think they're really buying into what he's saying. They sound to really – they really like this guy. And, he seems to be leading the right way. His pitching, has looked pretty good here.
Yeah, the first 7 games of the season, pitching has not been the problem. We've not been able to get that offense going. James, big swing there, fouls it off back behind. The catcher, strike 1. Yeah, it's kind of like this, no. We're beating them in the hit category 5-4, but we only have 1 run. We can't string can't string hits together to manufacture those runs. That's been a problem for the Lions offense this season.
It's kind of like we get 1 an inning and we're done there, and there's not much else that happens.
I can't tell you how many times we've gotten that leadoff hitter on and not scored them in this young season. No balls and a strike against James. That one's going to miss high and inside. Evens the count up at 1.
Gilby's got a little bit of control problems this inning. It seems like 4 straight balls first guy and another one high here. So maybe something to look out for.
1 ball, 1 strike on James. That one misses high and inside, ball 2. Of course, I know they extended Tejada to 4 1/3 innings, and they may be looking to do the same here for Gilbert. Of course, when you have guys that are going to be a part of your rotation, kind of have to build their arm up as the season progresses, and that may be what this weekend is for our pitching staff. That was going to be foul, and the truck smartly refrains from driving forward to prevent from getting hit.
We already had 1 car today get damaged. Don't need another one.
I think if he would have continued driving, that would have plunked this truck. James facing the 2-2 count. Gilbert, good pickoff move, doesn't get Jackson over there at first. The count is still 2 balls and 2 strikes. James fights that one off back behind the third base dugout. Keeps the count 2-2.
happening here?
I'm not exactly sure. I don't know if they're maybe talking about – I really couldn't tell you. I don't know if they're talking about how Gilbert's coming to the plate or his pickoff moves. I'm not exactly sure.
Oh, it was quick, whatever it was.
Yeah. Must have appreciated the explanation from the umpire, and we're ready to get things going. 2 balls, 2 strikes against James. That one's hit sharply to left field. Prince is back. He makes the catch for out number 1. So if you're UNOH, of course, that's a pretty good at bat by James. He stays in the count with 2 strikes, and he puts a barrel on one, just doesn't fall down. Dangerous hitter Yadi Rivera up to bat for the Racers.
Yeah, and last time he made us pay a little bit.
Yeah, he did. Almost hit one out. Gilby's going to get him. Oh, man. Looks like he was out at first. Doesn't get the call by the field umpire.
He definitely did not see Gilby coming on that one because he had a very late jump back to the bag.
Yeah, Jackson got the extra step as Gilbert was picking off. And it looked like he was out to me. We don't get the call to go our way that time. Gilby's going to miss up there for ball 1. Gilbert gives Jackson a look over there at first again. Rivera digs in. Now the 1-0 pitch. Rivera hits one deep to left field. Prince is back. He catches it on the warning track for out number 2. Fires it in there to the cutoff man, Cahoon. He's going to keep Jackson at first. Now with 2 down in the top of the 7th inning.
Well, it seems like he makes really good reads out there. Like he really reads the ball off the bat, and balls in the gap and balls down the line, he camps under him.
Yeah, he does. And I think I heard this week that I know Prince came in as a catcher here to Bryan, but I think it is community college, Grayson Community College, he played outfield. And he has made some good defensive reads this game. Seems like he's adjusting well here in the spring. The 0-0 breaking ball is going to miss just inside. Brings the count to 1-0 against Jeffrey Castillo, the DH for this game. Gilbert with the 1-0 breaking ball is fired down the left field line. Prince cuts it off, but he's going to fall down, and they're going to keep Jackson at third, but not before the 2-out double. Looked like Castillo made him pay there for the inside fastball, Noah.
Yeah, that ball was right down the line, and Mark didn't really have a chance at that one. Yeah, he's also playing a little off the line there, and so it just no chance of making that play.
No, the 2-out double puts 2 runners in scoring position for Josue Ortiz. Gilby's going to work out of the windup here with 2 down. Gets the sign from Cosby. Now the pitch. It's going to miss just high. 1 ball, no strikes. Like we talked about a little bit, looks like he's struggling a little bit with command here.
It's mainly high too. Like he's only missing high really. He's not missing anywhere else.
1-0. That one's in there for strike 1. It's coming our way and nearly got us. About got our friend Colin over here, the foul ball. Quick hands he has, though. 1 ball, 1 strike. Gilbert out of the windup. That one's going to be fouled off down the left field line. Strike 2. It's like both dugouts are up for this one. Big pitch here. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 down. Little check swing. Fouled off toward the on-deck circle. Keeps the count 1 ball, 2 strikes. Let's try it again. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 down, top of the 7th. Ortiz flares one down the left field line. Prince moves over there into foul territory to make the catch. So he makes all 3 outs this inning, keeps the score 5-1. Gilbert gets out of the jam, and now it's time for the Lions offense to answer, Noah.
Yeah, like you said, Gilbert gets out of the jam, and he came in there and basically 3 innings pitched, and he's walked a few guys and he let up 1 or 2 hits, but he limits the damage right where it is. So I mean, great job by him coming in this game, the situation that he did and pitching the way he has.
Absolutely. And the Racers are going to keep Jungbauer out there on the mound, and why not? He's done really well thus far in his outing in this game. We're going to take a short break. We'll be back. We're ready to get back into action for the bottom of the 7th inning. Daniel Dryden making his way to the plate for his at-bat. Be nice if this part of the lineup can get things going for this Lions offense. Jungbauer still all in the zone. Fastball connects for strike 1. Now the 0-1 pitch. Dryden kind of hangs with the breaking ball. Is going to hit it to foul territory for strike 2.
I mean, let's get him on again. Start off this inning. I think last time he came up on top of the inning, I think he walked.
Yeah.
It? And be nice to do that again, except for this time, get him in.
Yeah, no doubt. No balls, 2 strikes. Jungbauer with the pitch. Strike 3 called. Looked low and outside. And it looked like he hesitated a little bit, but rung him up anyway.
He definitely did hesitate on that one.
Of course, Dryden's not happy, but what can you say? I mean, we've had calls go our way out there, and we've had them go against us.
At this point in the game, when he's calling the way he is, you got to know that, and pitches that you question, you got to foul off.
Yeah, you got to go up there swinging. Cade Cahoon has a nice swing, but he's going to kind of nub it over there toward the first base dugout. Strike 1. No balls and a strike against Cahoon. Watch the high and tight fastball miss for ball 1. One ball, 1 strike, and 1 down here in the bottom of the 7th inning. This 9-inning contest. That one's going to miss high and tight as well. Now 2-1. Cahoon digs in. Jungbauer gets the sign from Castro. Now the windup. Big leg kick. The pitch is going to miss low. 3-1. You can't help him here, Noah. You got the 3-1 count.
No, definitely want to stay patient. Cade is a very patient hitter, and I don't think he's going to chase, but you definitely don't want to chase here and let him get back into this count.
Yeah, absolutely not.
Especially the way he's been pitching this game, too.
I remember when I hit, I used to always have the theory of watch the 3-1 pitch. I don't know why that was my theory, but I would rarely go away from it. He watched the 3-1 pitch go by there for strike 2.
3-0 pitches were always ones for me. I was always told to swing at him, and I just never could pull the trigger. And I've had many conversations with my dad about that.
And the 3-2 pitch is swung on and missed. So Jungbauer continues to deal well for the Racers. Sits Cahoon down on strikes. So now Mark Thornhill makes his way in for his third at-bat of this game. Jungbauer with the pitch. Big swing by Thornhill, doesn't connect. Strike 1.
Like I said earlier, he hadn't connected today, but he's taking some good hacks, and I think he feels pretty good up there. Just got to get used to seeing the pitching.
Yeah, he's had a really confident swing all game. Just yet to connect, really. That pitch is going to miss just low. Evens the count up at 1.
Getting to the point now, we need to start scoring some runs. We need to start scoring them quick.
Yeah, can't hold off any longer. The count is now 1 ball and 2 strikes after the swing and miss there by Thornhill.
Looks like he may have got mixed up on the pitch there, as he didn't really kind of wanted a check swing and then kind of just went around with it.
1 ball, 2 strikes, and 2 down here in the bottom of the 7th. Jungbauer agrees to the sign from Castro. Big leg kick. The 1-2 pitch swung on and hit sharply to the second baseman. He's going to boot off his leg, and Thornhill is going to make it safely to first. And they're probably going to look for a runner, potentially. And that's exactly what happens. It's going to be David Walker over there into pinch run for Thornhill. Thornhill's not slow by any means, but he's been dealing with some quad injuries into the fall and leading into the spring as well.
You definitely don't want him re-aggravating that first game back.
No, absolutely not. If we can get him in the lineup, let's keep him healthy. Going to bring in a quick runner and David Walker over their pitcher to replace him at first.
It's another guy we hope to see back here soon.
Yeah, actually, he pitched against Freed Hardman through his 1 inning and looked pretty well. Looked pretty good.
Nice to see him get back into the rotation and kind of, get things going and be a big part of that lineup, or the rotation, I should say.
Yeah, it'd been about 2 years since David Walker had thrown off a mound of live batters, so I know he was really excited to get back in there. He did well, too. That pitch is going to miss high on Morton. The count is now 1 ball and no strikes. Dante Morton digs in. Jungbauer, long pause. 1-0 pitch. That one's going to miss outside. Moves the count now quickly to 2 balls and no strikes. If we could flip this lineup over, that'd be nice, Noah. We've said it all game. That one's going to be fouled off back behind us for strike 1. Oh, that's going to hit my car.
Good thing it was on the bounce, though, not in the air. We talked about that before the game, too, as you were parking.
Yeah, I was questioning where to park, and if I would have parked in the more vulnerable position, I wouldn't have even gotten hit, at least not yet anyway. Two balls and a strike now on Morton. Jungbauer with, once again, a long pause, going to pick off over there for the second time. Doesn't get him. We've talked several times over these broadcasts on how sometimes those pickoff moves aren't necessarily to get the runner, it's to throw the hitter off time. And that one looked like a strike on the inside corner, but called a ball.
We'll take it, though.
Yeah, no doubt.
3-1 count.
As a hitter, Noah, does that throw you off when pitchers step off or pick off several times?
I mean, I just always thought it was part of baseball, so it doesn't really affect me too much.
Didn't really think about it, huh? That one was called strike 2 on the outside corner. So now it's 3 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 down. That means the runner will be going on this pitch.
Gapper here. You got another run in. And a guy probably on second base, and Dante running.
3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. The payoff pitch is going to miss high for ball 4. So now runners at first and second. There they are, Cosby.
Parker now had the best day. It'd be nice for him to, kind of get out of that little slump right here and do some damage, get Bryan back in this ball game a little bit, especially passing it down to the guys we got after him. That's huge if we can do that.
If he can get on with 2 down, we could create a true 2-out rally with the guys hitting behind him. It looks like the head coach is going to make his way out to the mound. We may see a pitching change. Let's see if he makes the call out there. Cosby's not had the best year offensively so far. We've talked a lot about how his average is a little bit down compared to what we thought it would be at this point, but he's still not an easy out. Of course, if he can poke one through the infield here, we got to run.
Oh, yeah, definitely, especially with David Walker running. And like you said, Parker's not going to get out easily. He's a workhorse, and he's been beat too many times a day. I think he's going to get him one here.
Yeah, it's time to redeem himself, I believe. That's one of those moments where you say you're due, Parker. It's weird how that works in baseball. Sometimes you have those lulls in the season and you're not doing as well as you want. And it's just like you're due for one. A lot of times it happens.
Bloop or not either.
Yeah.
You can get a bloop here. It's still big. It's a hit, and it's going to be a run.
Oh, I know. And last week he had a very loud out to end the game against Freed Hardman. Of course, we got swept by Freed Hardman last weekend. But he had one to deep left field that was caught on the warning track that I believe would have tied things up in the last inning of the game. So Jungbauer remains in the game. No balls, no strikes, 2 down to the leadoff hitter, Parker Cosby. Watches strike one hit the outside corner. So now he's behind in the count. No balls, no strike, 2 down here in the bottom of the 7th. Jungbauer comes set. Gives Walker a couple looks over there at second. Now the pitch. Big swing by Cosby. Doesn't connect, though.
Like we're doing all day, it's time to battle right here. And get him through a few balls and foul a few off and get you a pitch.
Yeah, no doubt. Got to hang in there. Huge part of the game. No balls and 2 strikes against Cosby. Jungbauer, the pitch. Cosby, big swing to left field. That's down the line. It's deep. And it falls just foul in front of the fence. That would have been something, huh?
Yeah, that would have.
Poke one out of here for a 3-run shot.
That would have been a way to get out of your little slump right there, that's for sure.
That's one you just hold your breath. And that we talked about that with a couple of Grants. Shots out to left field. It's like, man, that could be. And you just kind of watch the game happen. And, man, let's see if he can answer here after that loud foul ball.
Lucky that time wasn't out like Grants have been today.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, for sure. Left fielder could have made a catch, but kind of fell out back behind him.
It'd be nice to see Parker go right center right here, so he's got some room out there to hit.
He fouls one off down the third base line. Keeps the count, no balls and 2 strikes.
Now he puts one in the gap out there. We might see 2 runners score.
Yeah, no doubt.
That is a huge gap.
Yeah, they are definitely playing to the left side of the field. Of course, Cosby's fast as well.
That's very true.
That one's kind of shot over there to Coach Mack. He kind of takes it off those burly hands of his. Keeps the count, no balls, 2 strikes.
Like I said, battle, and that's what he's doing right here. He's battling this at bat.
He is. We talked about that a lot. I'll say it again. Not an easy out in this guy. Hopefully he can win this battle with a base knock here. Still, no balls, 2 strikes, 2 down, bottom of the 7th. Breaking ball's going to miss low and inside. Nice block there by the catcher, Castro. Now 1 ball and a pair of strikes with 2 down. time is going to be called by Cosby's. Jungbauer's taking a while there to get the sign from Castro. One ball, two strikes. Cosby's going to chop one down the third base line again, staying in there.
Great at bat.
It is a great at bat.
Great at bat.
I'd imagine if Jungbauer gets out of this one, this may be his last inning of work. He's worked hard and he's done well so far.
This very well could be his last hitter if gets out of it or not. I mean, you know.
Yeah.
You're going to be righty lefty with Bradley coming up. You might bring in a lefty or whoever you got in the pen coming.
That's very true. One ball, two strikes. Cosby hits one to the third baseman. He's just going to take it and step on his bag for out number 3. So runners on again for the Lions, but they can't scratch across any runs. The score remains 5-1. Racers on top. We'll be back. We're back and ready for action here in the top of the 8th. Freshman Jacob Allman in to pitch for the Lions. After the freshman Jacob Gilbert dealt well over his few innings.
We definitely got some solid freshmen in that bullpen.
No doubt. And number 9, Eric Castro, puts a good swing on one, and he's going to line one to left field for a base knock. Quickly puts them on base with no outs here in the top of the 8th inning. Of course, that's going to bring in the courtesy runner, number 41, Devin Brown. We saw him earlier in this game on a very similar hit. So now number 7, Noah London, in to hit for the Racers. He's the one that got this offense going in the 3rd inning with the solo bomb to left field. After Allman looks Brown back at first, here's the 0-0 pitch to London. He's going to miss inside for ball 1. One ball, no strikes on London. Allman comes set, picks off again. Pretty good throw. Bass kind of scoops it up there. No harm, no foul.
Looks like he's got a pretty decent pickoff move as well.
Yeah, absolutely. He does. Allman comes set. Now the 1-0 pitch. Misses outside, ball 2. He comes from a good high school team, Independence High School. And if you're keeping up with the prospects in Major League Baseball, Robert Hassel came out of Independence as well. He's a really good hitter. I was talking to Allman a couple weeks ago about Robert Hassel, and he was saying that he was a really good hitter, all-around good player. Also pitched in the low 90s as well. He said that if he didn't go as a hitter, he was going to go as a pitcher.
That's crazy.
Kind of one of those once-in-a-lifetime kind of talents coming through Independence there in Middle Tennessee. Allman's struggling a little bit with command here. He's got a 3-0 count against London. That one's in there for strike 1. Count is now 3 balls and a strike. Allman with the 3-1 pitch. And that one misses high. So he walks London, and now he'll be facing number 16, Bryant Deal. And Coach Jordan Day is going to go out there just to talk to Jacob Allman by himself, tells the rest of the infield to just stay where they're at.
I'll just tell him to calm down here a little bit is what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I mean, no damage is done yet. You're a ground ball away from getting 2 down and being able to quickly get out of this inning.
And he's a good pitcher. He needs to realize that. Come right at him with his stuff because he's got good stuff.
Yeah, sometimes those mound visits are just to give some guys confidence. You know, Allman's definitely seen this team swing the bat well, and you have to have the confidence in there to say that I can beat you. And I guarantee you that's something to the likes of what Coach Day was telling him. So now the 0-0 pitch by Allman. That one's going to miss high as Deal was squaring around a bunt. The count is 1 ball and no strikes. Allman comes set. Gives Brown a look over there at second. Just keeps him honest there as he looks him back. 1 ball, no strikes against Deal. Deal squares around the bunt. Gets the bunt down the third base line. That's going to be foul. Dryden lets it go by him. So looks like Dryden's over there now at third again. Didn't even notice that until the bunt was down.
So who's out in right then?
I believe that Alex Rollins is in right field.
Wonder if Mark's hurting a little bit maybe.
Yeah, maybe so. Like I said, he was kind of dealing with some quad injuries coming into this game. You don't want to test the waters too much when you have someone like him. Want to keep him healthy so he can play the rest of this year. Another bunt attempt's going to be caught by Dryden at third. He's going to fire to second and got him at second. Huge defensive play by the Lions. Daniel Dryden, talk to me.
The awareness on that play, that's the biggest part. I mean, he caught the ball and immediately looked over there to second. That's what you're supposed to do, and looks like he was kind of walking back to the bag almost. Like he was not running back, like not in a hurry, and Dryden threw him out. I mean,
the thing was, it's almost as if Devin Brown forgot that he had to get back before he could kind of lollygag in between the bases. And a huge defensive play by Dryden and the Lions. So now there's quickly 2 outs. And Allman is just a couple pitches away from getting out of this inning.
Needs to give him some confidence right there.
Yeah,
Also give the team some confidence and some momentum. And
a lot of third basemen wouldn't even make the throw to second. They see the guy going back. And the thing was is Brown wasn't that far away from second base, but Dryden made the throw anyway and made a spectacular one.
You like the aggressiveness on that, too, to see a guy that close and still just go ahead and throw it up there and have a chance.
Yeah. Christian Perez is in an 0-2 count. A little bit in the hole here against Jacob Allman. Allman is a pitch away from getting out of this inning. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 down here in the top of the 8th. That fastball is going to miss just high. Ball 1. 1-2 strikes. The breaking ball let go of a little early, nearly gets Perez there. The count's evened up at 2. Time called at the dish. Looks like Perez is going to try to reset a little bit.
Be nice to see Almond come right at him right here and get him out.
London with a pretty good lead at first. Almond delivers the pitch. Perez swings on it. He's going to foul it off down the right field line. Keeps the count even at 2. Almond 1 pitch away. The 2-2 count. 2 down here in the top of the 8th. The runner takes off. Perez bails him out. Going to lift one in the Bermuda Triangle right field. Rollins calls it and catches it for out number 3. He ran almost all the way into the infield to catch that one.
He was about 3 steps away from the infield on that one.
He said, I've seen the struggles. I'll take care of it myself. Out number 3. And now the Lions are going to have to respond offensively. We've seen them respond defensively all game. They've done pretty well defensively. They're going to have to score some runs, Noah.
And they got the chance to do it with the, you got your 2, 3, 4 coming up, and that's your meat of the order. And so maybe those guys can make some noise and get some things rolling here.
Yeah, we'd definitely like to see that. We may see a pitching change for the Racers, but we'll be back after this short break. We're back here for the bottom of the 8th inning. New pitcher in for the Racers. Number 20, Tyler Zaremka from Chicago, Illinois, in Providence Catholic High School. We'll be facing Bradley Prince here to lead things off.
And that's being Grayson talking in between innings. He's got a little like Madison Bumgarner type stance, and the way his arm comes through comes through and everything.
Yeah, he really does, and could kind of trip up the hitters a little bit. He misses there for ball 1. The lefty comes set, just working strictly out of the stretch. Prince drives one to left field. The left fielder's back and catches it for out number 1. Prince puts a good swing on that one, just couldn't fall for him.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. Kind of like the day's gone. We put some good swings on some balls, but they they've been getting caught, so hopefully we can overcome that.
Maybe Darwin can hit them where they ain't. He digs in there. Zaremka comes set. Now the 0-0 pitch. Greg hits one to fairly shallow center field, kind of capped it a little bit. And the center fielder, Noah London, makes the catch for out number 2. Striding into the plate, switch hitter, hitting once again from the right side now. He's been been all over the plate, both sides of the plate this game. Bass Cooper.
It's worked for him so far.
Yeah, 3 hits thus far in this game. Zaremka's going to miss low and outside there. Quickly moves the count to 1 ball, no strikes. Zaremka comes set. Now the pitch. Going to be hit back up the middle. The second baseman fields it back behind the bag. Makes a throw over there to first for out number 3. So Zaremka gets 3 quick outs, and we'll be moving to the top of the 9th. Racers still on top, 5-1. Jacob Allman remains on the bump for the Lions, his second inning of work here. Now in the top of the 9th inning with number 2, leadoff hitter for the Racers, Shakir Jackson up to bat. The 0 pitch on its way. Just misses inside, ball 1.
Looks like Allman's pumping it a little bit up there.
Yeah, that looked like it came in there nicely.
Yeah.
The 1-0 pitch. Must have been a little high. Ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes, and no outs. Misses high again. 3 balls, no strikes.
Don't need to lead off the inning again with a walk here.
No. That 3-0 pitch catches the zone for strike 1. See if you can battle your way back. The 3-1 pitch on its way. Kind of in on the batter's hands. Jackson fouls it off back behind him. So now the count full up. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Allman with the pitch. He's going to spike it into the artificial dirt for ball 4. So the leadoff hitter, Shakur Jackson, reaches via the base on balls, and that's going to bring up number 24, Hunter James, in for Northwestern Ohio.
Don't let this inning go on too long. We need to get back in that dugout and get the bats back out there, and hopefully we have to scrape across forward, at least keep the game alive.
Yeah, and if you watch baseball, you may be somewhat familiar with the smash zone. It's just keeping the game within 4 runs. And we're still within the quote-unquote smash zone. The score's 5-1 still here in Dayton, Tennessee tonight. Allman missed low there, and looks like it went off the umpire's leg.
Runner had a chance to go there. He just like
Yeah, kind of sat back a little bit. Allman with the pickoff move. Closer than expected, I believe.
that's some good pickoff moves here tonight.
Yeah.
A few that have been really close.
And all by righties. That makes the right-handed pitcher in me smile. Jackson takes off. Looks foul ball by James is going to bring Jackson back to first.
Didn't look like he had a great jump there either, so that may have worked out well for them.
Yeah, that could have. Sometimes as a hitter you can bail your guy out on a bad jump, but sometimes you can really mess things up when he's almost all the way there and then you hit a foul ball like that. Another pickoff move by Allman. Puts in a good spot, but Jackson's in there safely. The 1-1 pitch. James smokes it to right field. Rollins catches it, fires it to first. And just gets back safely. Good play out there by Rollins.
That ball stays up a little bit more. He might have had him there because he had to kind of, bend down, kind of get it and regather himself. If that ball comes up at his head, he just gets to kind of pop off and throw it. You may have a double play again.
Our defense has played pretty well. No errors on the day. And our pitching's done pretty well, too, outside of a couple bombs and an extra base here and there. Another pickoff move. Oh, man.
These are close.
And the umpire is just so nonchalantly calling them safe like they're not even close. But he may have had him there. Like I was saying, our pitching's done fairly well, too. Just a couple bad innings is the difference in this ball game. Foul ball hit a – was it the van or was it the bus?
That was – I think that may have busted Buffy's windshield.
Oh, no.
I do think that may have busted Jacob Buffington's windshield.
Oh, man.
That did not sound good.
And Buffington always riskily parks there. Number 12, Rivera, puts a big swing on one, but it's going to be right, too. Darwin Gregg out in center field. He catches it for out number 2. Buffington may be out here a little longer than the rest if he has to file an insurance claim.
He might have an interesting night once he gets out of this game.
Oh, man, I hate it for that guy.
And by the looks of the people looking over there, there's a crowd gathered over there.
Yeah, I don't think it's just a dent. It appears that it may be more than that.
Yeah, that could be some damage done.
Castillo hits one sharply down the right field line, but it's going to be foul, strike one.
And we have confirmed that it is busted. As it cracked the whole windshield and left a big hole, it sounds like.
Oh, man.
Poor Buffy. They hate that for him.
It's the wrong time to have a busted out windshield. Close play at first again. And called safe again. I think the umpire's arms must be in muscle memory mode as he's just kind of throwing them out there now. It's been 3 really close plays at first, none of them gone Bryan's way. The runner takes off. The pitch. Now the throw. It's going to be a little wide. It's going to be kicked off of Morton's foot, and Jackson's going to head to third. Rollins fires it in there to Bass Cooper. So Jackson goes from first to third on the stolen base and the bad throw.
Seemed like if Parker makes a good throw there, you probably have a chance at him.
Yeah. I mean, he definitely got a good jump, but a good throw might have been the difference. It was a hard pitch to do it on, though. I will say that. The 1-1 pitch is fouled off, and it's going to catch Parker on the leg. Brings the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes.
What happened? Did he come back? Did he come back and hit him on the backswing?
I don't know. I thought the foul ball hit him.
It may have. I heard 2 dings. So I wasn't for sure.
He might have got double whammy there. Looks like he's fine, though. So now the count is 1 ball and 2 strikes, and now I'm seeing pictures of this busted windshield, and Buffington, it doesn't look pretty, I hate to say.
Yeah, sorry to Buff, but that's going to need to be replaced. That's not – there ain't no fixing that one.
Bad time of the year to have a busted out
Yeah.
windshield. It's a little cold.
Yeah, he's going to need to get that fixed tonight.
2 balls, 2 strikes here for Almond and the Lions. Castillo battling. Nearly offers it that high fastball, but holds off. Brings the count to full at 3-2. Almond gets a sign from Cosby. Comes set. Now the 3-2 pitch. Big breaking ball, almost fools Castillo. He hangs in there and fouls it off back behind the first base dugout. Keeps the count 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the ninth. Runner on third. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. So Almond gets some swinging and sits Castillo down. The score remains 5-1, and Bryan College has no room left to answer.
This is these bats going.
Yeah, this is it. This is it. Bottom of the ninth inning. They're down 4 runs. Got to get something going. We'll take a short break. We'll be back for action in the bottom of the ninth. Well, this is it for your Bryan College Lions here in the bottom of the ninth, down 5-1. Let's see if there's some late night magic, Noah.
Well, you got some bats coming up to do it for sure and get the train rolling, but this just got to happen.
It's got to happen. 5, 6, 7.
New pitcher looks like.
I think it's still the same guy, the lefty, the Madison Bumgarner lookalike. The 0-0 pitcher's going to miss outside, ball 1. Lala digs in there once again. And now the 1-0 pitch. I forget that he works out a stretch. It looks like he's in the windup when he sets up like that. 1-0 pitch swung on and fouled off back behind the catcher. Strike 1.
Lawless had some good swings tonight. It'd be nice to see him drop one down here, even blast one out of here, really. That'd be nice, too. It doesn't do much, but it'd still be good to get, some momentum going.
No one on. No outs here in the bottom of the ninth. 1-1 count. Number 20, Zaremke, is going to step off, reset things here. Grant Lala looking in. to Zaremke. Zaremke comes set. Long pause. Steps off again. Must be some miscommunication between the catcher and the pitcher. Kind of reset things here. Zaremke comes set once again. Now the 1-1 pitch on its way. And all that to miss low and outside. 2-1. Two balls and a strike against the power hitting Grant Lala. Zaremke comes set. The 2-1 pitch on its way. It's going to miss outside, ball 3.
He walks here, we'll probably see a pinch runner come into play.
Yeah.
More than likely.
If I had to guess, that will probably be the case. 3 balls and a strike against Grant Lala. Zaremke comes set.
Ball right here, Lala can come unglued.
Zaremke just misses low and inside, ball 4. So Grant Lala on with the base on balls, and the coach is going to go out there to talk to Zaremke. Looks like there's some action in the dugout.
Looks like Lala's going to stay out there. Well, no, Max running over now. But just like we needed right there, someone to get on, start off the inning, get some stuff rolling maybe, and hopefully people behind Lala can do some more damage, and we can start, scoring some runs as we have to.
Yeah, it looks like the coaching staff is talking strategy here. They may be talking about whether to put in a runner for Lala. With it being a 5-1 ball game, you may not. Just because,
yeah, that's what I was kind of
that
thinking.
Run doesn't win or lose the ball game.
You also want him to still be able to come back and hit.
Yeah.
Is the thing. If it gets back to him.
Of course, you have the re-entry rule for the NAIA.
Which you imagine if it gets back to him, it's probably going to be game by then.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if it's be able to do that with only scoring 4.
Yeah, that's true. Zaremke comes set now facing Daniel Dryden. Started right field now at third base. Dryden made a really good defensive play earlier in this game, doubling up the runner at second. He watched strike 1 go by there. Zaremke comes set. The 0-1 pitch on its way. Dryden puts a good swing on one. He's going to foul it off the catcher. Moves the count quickly to no balls and a pair of strikes. For it to be February, this is a pretty mild night here in Dayton, Tennessee.
Definitely not the coldest we've had of this week.
I'd love to see some fireworks here in the bottom of the 9th inning. The 0-2 pitch is going to miss low and outside. The count is now 1 ball and a pair of strikes.
Let's see Dryden get a base hit here, just move Grant over to second, get him on first, and just, heck, if we do that, still going to be scoring runs.
Yeah, obviously there's no more chipping away at the inning, but if you can chip away at this pitcher and just kind of keep things going and pass the bat down, that'll make a true difference in this inning. Dryden's going to lift one up to center field. Center fielder's going to – no, he doesn't catch it. And now Lala moves to second, and that might just be exactly what the Lions needed. The center fielder, Noah London, who hit the big solo shot in the 3rd inning, was camped out under that one for about 10 seconds, and it just boots off the heel of his glove, and that moves Lala up to second and Dryden to first. Still, none down.
And one of your better hitters so far this year, Cade Cahoon, coming up, which is big. I mean, don't matter how we do, as long as we keep going like that, I'm fine with it.
And I'm no fortune teller, but Cade Cahoon gets on, and Mark Thornhill's first game of the season, it's a little grand salami. That'd be nice. The 0-0 pitch catches the outside corner, strike 1.
Especially after the game he's had. He's had some good swings and put some good swings on some balls just on the ground. So for him to come up and be able to be in that kind of position, that could be big for him. Especially get him, momentum going into his next games as well and getting
Yeah.
some confidence going.
For sure. Zaremka comes set on the 0-1 count. Giving Lalo a look at second. Now the pitch. Cahoon just nonchalantly, or reluctantly rather, offers at that one. Now the count is no balls and 2 strikes. So now you have to battle. Zaremka getting the sign from Castro. Comes set now. No balls, 2 strikes, no outs in the bottom of the ninth. 2 runners on. Big swing and miss there. Cade Cahoon sat down on strikes. That's the first out of this inning. And now Mark Thornhill makes his way to the plate. Still runners on first and second for him. RBI opportunity here for him in the last part of this game.
Another situation where we just need to get the ball on the grass past the defenders, you know. Just keep the train rolling, keep the, lineup going, and hopefully somehow pull this thing out.
The pitch is swung on somebody line to the second baseman. He makes a play, catches it, fires it to first, nearly doubles up the runner. But Dryden slides in there safely.
Is he hurt?
It looks like Dryden may be a little shaken up there. I don't know exactly what happened.
Well, the dirt is pretty hard here, so.
It is, and I don't know if maybe
he hit his mouth on the bag.
Yeah, it looks like he's trying to rinse out that mouth. He might have busted a lip or something there. Tough guy, though, over there in Daniel Dryden.
Well, like I just said, Mark's put some good swings on some balls, and that right there was no different as that ball was hit hard down there at second base. I mean, you got to give him credit. He did what he was supposed to do, put the bat on the ball hard, and he did.
Looks like you're going to have a pinch hitter in here for the Lions, Joey Leo. With runners on first and second, 2 down here in the bottom of the ninth. Leo digs in and watches ball 1 go by. Leo is the freshman from Knoxville, Tennessee, coming out of Hardin Valley Academy. Catcher and utility guy.
Plays everywhere, literally.
Yeah. Zaremka comes set with the 1-0 count, 2 down. Leo watches strike 1 catch the questionable outside corner.
It's been the spot all day where you don't know if that's going to be a strike or a ball.
Yeah, that outside corner has been fluid, to say the least. 1 ball and 1 strike now on Joey Leo. I believe this is Leo's first at-bat as a Bryan College line. See if he can do some damage here. The 1-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 2.
Need to see him battle up right here. Maybe deke one over the infield maybe a little bit and just kind of
flip it over.
I mean, we'll take a shot too, though. That's for sure.
Yeah.
We don't care what it is.
Could be the last pitch of this game for the Racers. Zaremka, the pitch. And called a ball on the outside corner.
Seemed to be almost where that first strike was called.
I
mean, that looked like the same exact pitch.
I knew it was outside, but I was just waiting for the umpire to ring him up. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Deuce is wild in the bottom of the ninth. Zaremka comes set. Joey Leo looks in. Now the pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Leo sat down on strikes, and that'll be the ball game. So the final score, 5-1, Noah. Not exactly what the Lions wanted to start off this series.
No, definitely not. And, I mean, like you mentioned during the game, was not bad pitching. You got a few. It was more 3 balls that just, missed a spot, and they happened to make us pay.
Yeah.
And that's just all it boiled down to. I mean, Bass jumped on him early with that, second inning, first pitch, home run. And after that, it's just we had balls that were hit hard and had base hits, but we just couldn't ever string anything together to produce runs. And unfortunately, they did produce runs and string stuff together. And that's the difference in today's game.
Yeah, that's been the theme of this young season so far, struggling to string hits and manufacture runs. and that was the case this game as well. Of course, the offense continues to lull around, Noah, and hopefully they can bounce back.
Yeah, come back tomorrow. You got 2 games, right?
Yep.
And they need to at least take one of those games. You don't want to get swept, especially at home. And well, I mean, this offense, we very well could take both games tomorrow as well. So it's just kind of whatever offense wants to show up tomorrow is how the game's going to go, really.
Yeah, of course. Unfortunately, there won't be any commentary tomorrow for tomorrow's games. I have plans that were made before this gig was ever manufactured, but the stream will still be live for you viewers. Of course, follow us on Instagram and Twitter at BC Lions Baseball. Also follow the Bryan Athletics page to keep up with all athletics around campus. And also get the Bryan Athletics app. It's compatible with iOS and Android. The University of Northwestern Ohio Racers remain undefeated. Your Bryan College Lions drop to 3-5 on this young season. I'm Grayson Whaley with my partner, Noah Bradshaw. This one ends 5-1, Racers on top. We appreciate you viewing. God bless and good night.